Okay, so you asked me why I'm fascinated, or not even fascinated, but I admire the fact that you could just walk from this Dollar Tree to this Subway in this plaza across the street from our trade school, because it is still the hood. And you're asking, like, am I delusional for being so maybe carefree might be word some people would say. Other people would say reckless. Some people would say naive even, right? But I think that kind of programming of the imminent dangers everywhere, in everything, and with everyone keeps people very limited in the options they pursue. Like, they're scared to go do many things that may be necessary. For example, like, if you gotta use the bathroom, you gotta go to the bathroom. And you might be knowing I'm taking the risk, but you have somewhat calculated the risk. In a new city, you don't know all the variables. But if you came from New York City, you're familiar with many of the variables that could be present. So you can say, all right, I know there could be somebody that just want $1 out of me. Or he just think I'm a pretty lady and he gonna be like, hey, miss. You know, that hey, miss conversation. And then you have a choice there whether, what do you do next? And here's the thing, that same person that's scared or would have been too scared to take that walk, that fear impulse and the programming would kick in with them too, where they would be too scared or too ashamed to say to this man who they don't really have respect or esteem for, hey sir, I can't talk, I gotta pee. Because they would be like, that's uncouth, but you would limit yourself from even saying what's needed. Or take off and run, book it. Because why, that's embarrassing? You know what I mean? Like, if you feel so threatened. And so, like, a lot of people, like, you don't, Supreme, don't be like that, you don't know what people will do. And it's like, people are dangerous out here in this world. There are dangerous people, but you're always going to be exposed to them. And some of the most dangerous people are the least assuming, like the ones that you would never think. They're the ones that are the most charismatic. They'll take you back to their home. They'll even take you around the country. Might take you out the country. And there's great danger there. There's great danger in being pulled into a long-term form of exploitation and manipulation unknowingly because you're naive. So it could happen to anyone. It could happen to a man, it could happen to a woman. And the way that you get wise is through experience, so you've got to take some calculated risks. And so a person that's just committed to not taking calculated risks is a different type of a person than somebody that's committed to taking calculated. That's the only cleaving that's happening here. It's just, that's the only split, is the where, and it really, a lot of it, for those people that might, consider religion, it's faith in that context. And for those that are dealing with the science of knowledge, it's confidence. And confidence and faith are reinforced by experience and by seeing the results in others and in our own lives. So it's like, we should grow to know, as they say in scripture, when no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because you should know when you're becoming sturdy, resilient, and you're attracting less demon energy. Like a demon look at you, start to engage you, you might say whatever you need to say to let him know what language you speak. And then they turn away because they know that they can't even do business and do trade with you. That's when you really gonna be in your peace and in your prosperity. So you gotta walk there, because the other option is poverty and fear. Peace.